welcome to the Learning Ladder and welcome to my homeschool update. This is going to be my first homeschool update of 2022. So I think this is sort of one of the most important, to be honest, because it's how did everything go in terms of your curriculum, because you have all these grand plans of what you want to do and everything else, and then until you actually test everything out, you don't know how it's going to go. So although we've homeschooled now from the big, gosh, what are we now? 6 years. We've homeschooled for 6 years, so if you include preschool, if you're not including preschool, then 5 years. You know, it's until you actually start your curriculum, you just don't know, especially if you change things, or even if you haven't, because as your kids get older, they change. You know, they're growing up and they become more opinionated, and they know what they like. Their likes and dislikes become more settled, I guess you could say. Their personalities develop as they get older. So although you can say, oh, I've been doing homeschool now for so many years, it should be fine, until you actually start, you don't know. So the couple of things that we've tried implemented this year to try is the to do today and the morning time menu. And the reason that I implemented these is because I noticed for the first time last year, more than ever, she would be much more interested in what was going to happen, her day in terms of for school, what subjects she was going to be doing that day, what time, not necessarily what time, but what order were they going to go in, things like that. And she never really bothered up until that point. But this last year, so I'd be constantly saying, oh, it's language arts, blah blah blah, this today, and then and obviously that wasn't an issue at all. I didn't mind doing that, but these were such a great thing, because then she could see in advance as well, what was she going to be doing the next day. And I think it just gave her much more I think it just gave her much more awareness of her day, and the what she was going to be doing and everything else. And I just think she just really enjoys it. And I did think about making her a planner, but I don't think we're there yet. I think next year, because what I thought, if I made her a planner, then I can fill it her what she was going to be doing in. But I don't think we're there yet. I think she wouldn't use it that much, to be honest. But a couple of years from now, maybe then she will be much more interested in having her own planner. But until then, this has definitely bridged the gap, and she loves these morning menus, and she loves colouring in, what she's got to do and everything else, and what she's done. And I made them Wings of Fire themed, because she's obsessed with the dragons and she loves the Wings of Fire series. So if your kid is one of those that, like my daughter, who is much suddenly not necessarily out of nowhere, but is much more interested in what they're going to do and everything else, then consider something like this. I don't see it as ticking a box at all, not at all. I think it's just they're getting older, and they want to know what's the plan, and what they're going to do and what's expected and everything else. So I don't think it's checking a box at all. I think that she really does enjoy it. So these have been a great introduction. So what I'll do now is I'll go through our schedule in terms of what we have been doing curriculum wise for each subject, and then I'll just give you a bit of information at the end as to how I feel like the year is going so far. So in terms of, I'm going to look at the morning menu. In terms of our morning menu, we have been doing Fix It Grammar. So this is the Town Mouse and Country Mouse, the new version of the level 2. And it has been fantastic. She has really enjoyed it so far and continues to do so. I really like it too. I like the fact that she's practicing those skills. It's not abstract. And she practices the same thing every day in terms of grammar skills that she's learnt that week. So there'll be a new concept introduced, plus they'll keep reviewing the old things that they've learned every week. And I just like that steady progress, the spiral method, I guess, but putting it into context rather than it being an abstract thing, because you're actually doing it. So you're putting it into practice every day. And absolutely love Fix It Grammar. Definitely happy with that. The next thing we've been doing is our vocabulary and our memory work. So for vocabulary, we have been doing my All the Words book. This is on my Amazon store if you're interested. This is what it looks like. It's the same every day. But you can obviously choose which activities they do every day. So she's got the word, her definition, use it in a sentence, draw a picture, and then tell a joke with it if they want to. Greek or Latin root if applicable, another word you could use, so synonym, and make up a poem or riddle. They don't have to write that out, they can just, you know, do it in their heads or something like that, but you could obviously use it as a writing activity for their language arts. And she loves this book so much. She loves the Mrs. Wordsmith, which is what we've been using it with, so they're the perfect combination as far as I'm concerned. She even it was funny, she's never done this before, but she did the next word ready for the next day because she really enjoys it that much. And it was just, I couldn't believe when she did that, because that's never happened before where she's wanted to do something in advance of when it was required. And I think that is partly because she really loves it, and partly because she's getting older now, and you know, she knows this has helped, so she knows she's going to do it anyway, but it's mainly because she really enjoys it. So we have been loving all the words. She actually does do pretty much most of the things, but she alternates so she always does every day, she always does the word. She obviously she writes what word it is. She writes the definition, she uses it in a sentence, she draws a picture, and then she'll either do Greek or Latin root and another word I can use. Then she alternates tell a joke with it or make up a poem. And when she tells a joke with it, she does actually write the joke on, and then she'll just turn the book upside down and write the answer, which I thought was a great idea, you know, for the joke. But yes, we have been loving all the words for our vocabulary. Memory is two different things. So a poem will be memorizing a poem, and also her French. And I put it under the vocabulary and memory because I was thinking, well, French is a new language and it's vocabulary, so that's why I put it under there rather than giving French its own section. And we've been doing the DK 5 words a day book, and you use an app, and it also has the book with it, and it will give them a different activity, but then it does review towards the end of the week something that you've already learned. So things like counting fruit items in a classroom, those are the things that we've been doing so far. How to say hello and goodbye and things like that. And the app is really good, so you can actually have it where it's downloaded, so you don't have to have access to the internet. So if you want to put it on a tablet or something, you could do that. I just have it on my phone, and because we've got Amazon tablets and they're picky about what you can download on them, but that's the only drawback to them. I like them for everything else, but not for that reason. So yes, you can just listen to it's split up into weeks and days, and you can just listen to it each day. So it's listen, read, write, and then listen again. So you can do obviously whichever order you'd like, and it's been great. She's been really enjoying the French, and so have I. I didn't do French at school, I did Spanish, so I'm like learning the language with her, and it's really good. So after vocabulary and memory, we alternate. We do either Explode the Code or we do Handwriting Without Tears. Now, I didn't buy Explode the Code specifically for this year. I bought it, I think, a couple of years ago, bought the full set because I was having problems sourcing it. So we're actually doing Explode the Code 7 this year, and she just enjoys it. It's just a fun thing that she does. I think it really helps with spelling. So, you know, I don't think we have to do it, but she has no issues doing it. She likes it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a plus. And Handwriting Without Tears is the other option we do. So 2 days we do Explode the Code, 2 days we do Handwriting Without Tears. She's doing the cursive book, and that's really good. I've done a flip through of that. I'll link it below if I remember. The new 5th grade one, and she loves it. It's great. It's going really well. I like the different themes and topics in there. It's been really fun, so we've been enjoying that. The next thing is Spelling UC. So we're doing level D, I think. Yes, level D or level E. Hang on, I can't remember now. I think it's level D. Oh no, level E. We're doing a level E, American Spirit. The reason I picked to do E was because we'll cycle back next year into Ancient, and I thought the F would go well then. So that's why we're not doing F this year, and I thought there would still be things in E that she wasn't, she knew she needed help with. So I think E is a good fit, and then we can do F next year. So that's what we've been doing for Spelling UC. We do that for 3 days. Next is our horse unit, and this is Beautiful Feet Books. I can't remember if I did a flip through of it or not. I think I might have done at some point, but if you want to flip through of the history of the horse, let me know. I think I did a video showing all the books that come with it. I'm not sure, but anyway, if you want to have a flip through, let me know. And we love it. It's been so good. Basically, it's set up as you read certain chapters. There are some comprehension questions, and we take it in turns to read. Then you are doing some items in your notebook, so it could be that you are looking up certain body parts of the horse, tracing horses, sticking them into your book. It could be that you're learning about different breeds of horses, and it's been fantastic. We really have been enjoying the history of the horse. Oh, and also as well, it's got some geography in there as well, because you're finding out where they live and everything else. So I'm just checking my oven time. I definitely recommend History of the Horse. We've really enjoyed it so far. At least, again, I'll review at different points during the year, let you know how things are going, but so far it's a hit. And then finally, for our morning time menu, we do 2 different things, either a writing prompt for 2 days or an art prompt. So we alternate writing art prompt. I've been using the Evermore writing prompts book, and I've also, if you watched my Halloween video, been printed off a couple of Halloween prompts that are themed, so we'll do the same at Christmas as well. And then for art, I've been using one of the Usborne books that we've had on our shelf, which is drawing. I take her opinion in mind, so if she wants to draw something different, we do that. We also have our art on Friday, so this art prompt is more so that she can have much more control as to what she wants to draw and everything else and learn about. So that's how I see it. I don't really see it as it's a part of our curriculum necessarily. I just see it as a fun way to draw, because she really likes to draw and get to practice her art skills. So that's everything for our morning menu. Then we go into our actual subjects. So for Monday we have our science, and we are doing Harcourt science. So far we've never used Harcourt science before. We have used Harcourt trophies and language arts, and that was great. It was fine. Did the job. We weren't using it as language arts, we were using it more as some extra reading, which we really enjoyed. The science, so far so good. We have been enjoying it. I did make a workbook to go along with the textbook, which we have been really enjoying. So I put some vocabulary in there. I did the experiment templates for her, which is probably in the practice book, I'm guessing. I couldn't find that anywhere, but I actually prefer it because I can put video links in, which is what I've done. I've added extra things in there where I know that she'll like, so drawing certain cells and other things. So yes, so far so good, but again, I'll keep you updated with that. For language, then we have our lunch, but we do have different subjects because we do science twice a week. So but on a Monday, for example, then we have our lunch, and then we do language arts. So in our language arts slot, I initially set it up because I wasn't sure how much of the language arts we get done in the morning time menu, so that we could carry some over if necessary. We haven't needed to do that, so the afternoon slot of language arts is flexible as to what I want us to do or what she wants to do. So I noticed, before I bought Fix It Grammar and everything else, I purchased what's that curriculum called? Learning Language Arts to Literature Grade 5. I decided I wasn't going to use it as our main curriculum because I really wanted to do Fix It Grammar and IEW, which was the main reason why we're not using that. But when I'd gone through it, there were certain topics in there that I thought, that would be beneficial, that would be fun. So I just incorporated a couple of activities into our language arts from the Learning Language Arts to Literature. So that's what we've been doing in our afternoon slot for language arts. Will we always do that? No, because there are certain things in that I don't want us to do because we don't need to. It's too repetitive with everything else that we're doing, but there were certain things I thought that would be really interesting for us to do. So when it comes to the time when we've done everything that I wanted us to do, we will then use our language arts slot for something else. So it could be that she continues doing her IEW draft that she's been writing on in that slot. It could be that we have a theme that day, maybe it's a journaling day, or we do letter writing or something like that, or it could be that we do a themed activity. So for example, when it's Halloween or it's Christmas, we could do some language arts in that section of the day. So it's flexible, but it's what we've been doing so far. I've been really enjoying, and so has she. Then on 2 of the days we do all about spelling. The reason I wanted to do both was mainly because I couldn't pick between the two. They both have their advantages, but also because spelling, you see, is very, very independent. She doesn't need me at all to do that with her. I wanted us to have some time to do some teacher focused lessons, and I can make sure that she's definitely grasping everything. So that's why we introduced Spelling You See in the afternoon for 2 days. We are doing level 4. And it's been going really well. I like that together time where we can go over the spelling rules. I can make sure she's understanding them, because English language is crazy. Oftentimes it makes no sense half the time with the way things are spelt. So getting that one-on-one time in the afternoon I really like. So for 2 days a week we do spelling EC. Then we do our maths. We're using Saxon maths. Everything is going as good as it always was with Saxon. I'm quite happy with it. She's happy with it in terms of it. I don't think maths is ever going to be her favourite subject, but she does really well with it. So as far as development, I'm more than happy with her progress. She's much more, as I was, language arts and science, but capable of doing the maths and not having any difficulties with it, which is what you want. You're not always going to find people that love maths, and that's fine. She doesn't detest it, it's just not her favorite subject, and that's okay. And as long as she is developing and progressing with it, that's fine with me. I just try and make it as fun as possible as you can, but it's she's much more language arts based. That's her thing. She loves language arts, she loves science, but she can do a maths, and that's all I need at the end of the day. I just need her to be able to do what she needs to do, which is what she can do, and which is what she does do, and that's enough for me. So then in the afternoon we just have our reading. We have 20 to 30 minutes of quiet reading time. Sometimes I'll have her do one of the reading detective pages from my reading detective journal. It's on Amazon as well. Other times she'll verbally narrate what she's read. Other times I won't ask her to do anything. Just enjoy your book, because reading shouldn't be stressful. It'll take away the enjoyment of it. So I'm just checking my oven timer. And that's it then for the day. We usually play a little game, an educational game at some point during the day. We do our morning basket in terms of our morning cart throughout the day, which is reading different books. I mentioned what we're currently reading in a previous video. We don't do it all in one session. We'll split it up. We'll do a couple of things here, a couple of things there between subjects. But on a different day, so on science, that's for 2 days. That's what our schedule looks like. But on a Wednesday and a Tuesday, we have I'll start again. On a Tuesday we have history. We're doing Journey Through Time. We're on Saxons and Vikings right now. Journey Through Time is my history that I made, and we really love Journey Through Time. She loves that time period as well, because Vikings are related to dragons. That's how she sees it in her head, so she's really enjoying that unit at the moment. We do writing, so we do history after lunch, before lunch on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and then on a Wednesday and a Thursday we do our IEW writing. This is our second time using IEW. This time we've gone with a theme-based, I knew that was going to happen, theme-based unit, which we are really enjoying. Fairy tales, myths. It's been really great. We are loving that. And then getting to Fun Friday. So on a Friday we do our geography, which currently is UK Study and Loch Ness, which is from the Explore. The UK Study is for a CG book. The Explore unit is from a lady from Instagram that I found, Wild Explorers, and we love it. The curriculum's fantastic. But I picked the Loch Ness unit because we were doing UK geography and they go really well, and she's been really enjoying that. It's a theme-based project where she's learning all about Nessie, and then she gets to write reports. So she's really loving that. We are doing IT. We do easy peasy online. I also introduce my own IT stuff here and there for different skills, and we also do typing.com, and we love typing.com. I think it's fantastic. We've never used it before. This is our first year using it, but she's been really enjoying it. It's free as well, which is a plus. We also do music, again with easy peasy. We're doing the grade 5 one, which is really good. She's been really enjoying that. And then we do our sewing curriculum, which I actually got several years ago, but everything went in the world, and I thought we'd just wait to do that because I didn't have a sewing machine, I didn't have material and everything else, but I have all those things now, so we're taking advantage of it. We're only on lesson 3, we've just finished lesson 3, but so far so good. She's been really enjoying it. I think we actually get to start sewing soon, so I'm excited for that for her. Then we do art. Now our art is tied in with nature study this term at least, so we have been doing Seasons of Field, which is from Beautiful Feet Books, and we've also been doing some exploring nature with children. So both curriculums I think are fantastic. I I really like Seasons of Field, which is our main one, but we already had Exploring Nature with Children, so we have done a couple of their units. We did the Moon unit that they had, and we've also done the Bugs one, and that's been really good. We won't do every single one though, but we will do all the Seasons of Field because I really like that curriculum. Nothing wrong with Exploring Nature with Children, it's fantastic, but I like the flexibility of choosing. But if you were to ask me which one would be our main one, it would be Seasons of Field. I have done a flip through, you'll see that soon if you haven't already. We've been really enjoying it, and I tie a lot of our art into our nature study. So we have one of the books that they actually use in Seasons of Field, which was completely by random because I'd already bought that first, is art-based watercolours in the forest, and we've been doing that. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't know about Seasons of Field until a couple of weeks ago when they released it, so it was by fluke chance that I had a lot of the books anyway, but it's a good thing because we're really enjoying it. We're also doing nature journaling. We've got the John Muir books, which helps with sketching, so that's really what our art and nature study is on a Friday. And then finally on a Friday we do baking, which is Chef Academy, and then she picks a recipe to bake. So that's what our weeks are looking like at the moment. Everything is going really well. The year has started out really strong, so I'm really happy. As I said, these have been a game changer. I love these morning menus. It just feels like a nice slow start to the day, but we're still getting everything in, and then we pick up our subjects before lunch and then after. But yes, it's been fantastic. So yay to 5th grade, yay to everything going well, yay to the curriculum working, and I'll let you know how things progress as the year goes on. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. I've got to get to the oven before my dinner burns, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye for now.